Welcome to BMC Is It For Me? I mean, how cool is this that we are here just for you so you can find out if BMC is for you or not. There is a special guest that I had come on today as well. This is somebody that I think is just my favorite person in the world, and it happens to be my husband. He is a three-time, is it three or four? I can't remember, BMC alumni. And I'm going to have him come on and share his story with you because it is definitely this experience has impacted our lives for the better. Why don't you tell the folks why BMC, what it has meant to us and our family, just because I think it's so impactful.
Okay, so gosh, it's such an evolution from where we started before the first time I ever went to BMC. I was probably doing around a $500,000 in my business, but we were still very much struggling as a family. And first time I went to Brenda to say that I had heard of BMC and told her the cost, she kind of just laughed at me. It's like, no, that's not going to work for us. I worked on her for a little bit because I said, we really need to do this. I've done all these other courses and had all these other gurus. This is at a whole different level. And so she agreed. And man, I had the best experience going to my first one. We more than doubled our revenue over the next year. I was able to sell my business after the year after that in a multi-million-dollar sale. So it has meant so much to our family financially for me over the last several years to kind of do what I do. I'm now working a job that I really, really love more than having to kind of do a job that I dislike for financial reasons. So it's been hugely important to us. You get a lot of information at BMC. It's a lot. It's like fire hose, right? And there's so many strategies and things that you want to do. But I kind of stuck to this. There's this marketing diagnostic that you get when you join, and it's questioned where you grade different parts of your marketing and your sales team and your hiring process and referral this, and there's all these things that you may not have been thinking about or doing to the best of your ability, and you end up giving yourself a grade, and and all I really tried to do was just try to improve my grade over that next year and try to hit all those areas that where I didn't get any points for the first time I did it. And that's all I did to kind of double my revenue.
So I will go ahead and bring up Athena. Are you here with us? Athena is a elite BMC, somebody who I absolutely adore. We've gotten to know each other so well over the years. And Athena has a beautiful story as well about her relationship with BMC and the A team and how it shaped her and her business. So Athena, just please share with us what BMC has meant to you.
I'm going to say this, it's life changing. It's absolutely life changing. If you have a goal, a dream, or if you have something that's in your gut and you're like, I have the capacity to do that, but I'm missing something, this is where you get it. I will never forget back in 2015. Wow. I walked out of first session. It was when it was in person. And I had a business coach up to that point that left me in tears and left me feeling inferior, incapable, all of the things, even though I paid them a lot of money. First, they walked out and I looked at my business partner. And one thing that Darren taught us, which was about referrals, I looked at my partner and I said, that's it. That's the one thing. And we went back and we had five referral, and I get emotional. We had five referral partners, and within less than 3 years, we had 2,500. That transformed our business, you can imagine. And it made us the belle of the ball for our industry and changed the entire dynamics of our industry and our community. But more importantly, Darren took it and gave, that was one piece. And so I don't remember how many BMCs, but it's past five. I want six or seven now. And yes, that means rinse and repeat is necessary. I'm going to another one this year. You guys, people ask me, well, why do you keep needing to go back? Because he gives you too much information. Let me tell you some other things that are imperative. So the other thing, so referral partnerships, he teaches you that. That's transformational. That was a multi-million-dollar transformation. What he's doing with AI right now, and Stu, I love the whole A team, but man, wow, you rock. I mean, just to have you as a pocket tool is worth $1,000,000. So thank you for that. So what he gives you, that is, it's transformational. It allowed us to excel what we're able to achieve. The other one, The white knight strategy that he talks about. We've implemented that and become, in one of my businesses, which home building, we talk about how we're the anti-builder. Darren's the one who gave us the, you know what's to say it, right? And we have three huge, bold guarantees that is the #1 visited shot on our website because Darren said if you can't guarantee it, why are you doing it, right? Again, making us feel bold. So that's another thing. The other one is his hiring process. When he finally showed us behind the curtain to his hiring process, it was like 30 years of hiring and hoping and praying. Darren opened up his vault. We implemented it. The best hires we've ever had post that implementation. That's one thing. And Darren gave us the, you know what, to go back and do what we needed to do, which saved our business. Because of Darren, I've been able to make one business multi-million-dollar successful, created another one from scratch that started in the black first year out, that is thriving, build a nonprofit, and be a mom of a child with special needs, and do all of it because he stays ahead of me, giving me the ammunition I need to go do all that I can be so I can be the exception. So I want that for you. And I think it's imperative that, and I'll end with this, and it's the community. These are my people. This is my tribe. These are the people who have my back. These are the people who believe in me. And if you are bold enough to become part of this community, you'll be the best you've ever been.
Athena, the thing that, yes, you have done all of these things. And one thing that you said a few things that stuck out to me. Number one, I know you and Tim came together. And that was, I think, also a turning point for you because had Tim just gone by himself and tried to download that information, do you feel like that would have been a big mistake?
Oh, there's no way we process different things. We're business partners for a reason because our brains are different. He's an engineer. I'm in sales and marketing. Had he not brought me, none of the compound effect that happened after would have happened. And by the way, the other people that were the associates, employees that I met there are now CEOs of their own business. So bring your people. For my consulting business, I hired a new marketing team. I paid for their entire team to come to BMC.
Mm. Well, I bet they are just thriving. So again, Athena, and the other thing that you did say, which I agree wholeheartedly with, is yes, we have a steward. We have this guy who is on our team that Darren has dedicated to us as our AI guru. And you guys are lucky that you get him too. That has been so special. That is something that Darren and Stuart, like Athena said, they stay out ahead. So you don't have to. It's often something we talk about is, can you imagine going into a Barnes and Noble and saying, I need to check out a book on sales or AI or any of these things? Can you imagine the amount of books you'd have to read, the amount of hours it would take? But guess what? We've got you. So that's the best part is you don't have to worry. We've got you. Next up, who do we have? Oh my goodness, my friend I just saw on Monday. Yes, I did.
What's
I
up,
was
Brenda?
in Orlando and I got to see Dave and spend some time with him. It was so much fun to see Dave in person. Dave is one that actually takes and applies. I got to witness it firsthand, walking around and getting a tour of Chick-fil-A and seeing the way he has implemented not only the strategies and systems that come along with, but his leadership, his culture that he's developed. I will never forget, and I'm telling anybody that'll listen, we were standing outside the counter and a team member that wasn't even on shift came in to see him specifically and told him, thank you for what you do. I would not have been inspired to go lead a camp or something that she was doing. And it was because of Dave. Every single person, and this is another thing my daughter told me, Dave, that I wanted to make sure I passed to you. My daughter's 13 and she's very observant, but we were walking around and we were introduced to every single team member. And Dave knew a fact about every single team member and he shared it with us, something unique about that team member. And Juliana said, Mom, he knew something special about every one of them. And Dave has built this culture of, I mean, they were smiling. The restaurant was humming. I think you told me you get 120 cars in an hour at your location. So
Yeah, yeah,
just,
that's true.
I mean, the amount of work that these people do, but they do it with a smile. And I told my daughter, I said, you understand that that is leadership from the top down. I said, if Dave was a grump, do you think all these people would be smiling? Nope. So it just knowing that Dave has put in the work. He's done the hero's journey. He's done BMC, but he takes the culture and the leadership to heart, and you can see it as a result. And I got to see it in 3D, which was really cool.
Mm,
So it was really
thank
great to
you.
experience that, Dave. So I
Yes,
just want to
thank
make
you for
sure
that too. And I just want to say one more thing to you, Brenda. I'm trying to be BBB here. With it, but Darren, he's upgrading like day three, and that has to do with your people and your onboarding and your talent selection, and with the integration of AI and all these tools and things that were being thrown at us. Darren really helps to align and bring clarity to the mess, the bowl of spaghetti that's sitting out in front of us. He helps us to align our cooked spaghetti basically, and helps us to get it in line, and so we can choose what we need for our business at that very moment. So that's another thing I just want to say, that I'm coming back for day three specifically, because it's going to be about the people and the future of our people and the relationships we continue to have.
So Josh Waltzing from Alexandria, Minnesota. I run a personal development and leadership academy that happens to use martial arts. And I'm going to tell you a story. March 2020, COVID lockdown, and my business went from 200 students to less than 40. And I nearly had to close. And when we finally reopened, I made the decision that I had to go all in after finally getting over it. And I did my first BMC in May. I just looked it up in May of 23. And in the last 2.5 years, I've done 6 BMCs. And in that period of time, since having less than 40 students in my school, I now have almost 200 again, have been able to hire 2 full-time employees. I'm the largest school of its kind in West Central Minnesota. We gross on average more than 3 or 4 of my competitors combined. And I wouldn't have been able to do any of that without the strategies and tools that I learned using BMC.
I do know, I heard a little birdie tell me that Zach Holmes popped on here. Is that still true? Is Zach out on the farm? Is he wanting to pop in and say hi?
Yeah, how can I help?
When you first started, it might not have been you, but I think it was you, where you were not the CEO of your company, but now you are. When you first came to BMC, what was your position?
So technically, I was sales manager, and we had a total of like 18 people, and we were in probably at that point, maybe 10 states. And we've now grown to 70 people on staff, and I'm the CEO, and we're in 33 states and growing rapidly. And I was actually trying to hurry and put some numbers together before this, like Josh was talking about. If we stay on trajectory, probably by middle of next year or end of next year, we will have 10x from the first time I attended BMC. That's a pretty good growth trajectory. I'll take it every time.
A little bit, yeah. And Zach, so with that coming on the horizon, is that like you've brought team members to BMC? How has that impacted your overall experience with your team? Maybe the communication's different, how everybody responds to you now being somebody that speaks the Darren language?
Yeah, I think the thing that's been the most welcomed change is they're like, oh, you don't just make this crap up. So that's been helpful because they could see it straight from somebody that they think is more intelligent than me. So whether or not it was my idea or Darren's, it works.
It
So
works.
that's the kind of happy side effect that I've gotten. The fact of the matter that everybody's talking the same language, singing from the same hymnal, whatever you want to look at it like, it gives a common language throughout the business on, hey, this is what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and these are the words we use to do that with. And it makes it a lot clearer for everybody.
If you have questions for us, please, Emerald can drop in our email where you could reach out to my team, helpme@darrenhardy.com. We're so excited for this May BMC, and you do not want to miss it. And we will see you on May 4th on the big screen.